Back at Scotiabank Saddledome in Calgary as we continue with After Hours. The Tkachuk family business is hockey, and it's in good hands as 1.5 seasons into his career, Matthew Tkachuk has become a core player for the Calgary Flames. We just had Kevin Bieksa on the show, and we showed a montage of yours and his interaction tonight. We may see it again here in a second. He acknowledged there was a good chance that the two of you were going to scrap tonight. Would you agree?
I mean, I wouldn't say there was a good chance. I mean, I think he wanted to fight me more than I wanted to fight him. But sometimes that's hockey. You know, you have when you have two Pacific teams like this that are both, you know, really.
So he gave you the invitation tonight, did he?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I can't remember there was one game where I haven't gotten an invitation from him. So.
That's a good thing, though, right?
There you go.
Means you're doing something right.
But you showed discipline, which has sort of been a turning point in your career, many would say.
Yeah, you know, I've talked to, you know, having some talks with some of the guys on our team. You know, watching, you know, some of the, you know, my games early on, and just kind of critiquing what I can do to be more, you know. Not put my team in too many holes. So right now I feel like when I'm playing my best, I'm not being too stupid. I'm being pretty disciplined. But you know, the biggest part of my game is the offensive side of the game, and you don't want to take away from that by
playing the game whistle to whistle as
Exactly.
opposed to what goes on after. And Louis
Exactly.
pointed that out during the broadcast tonight. All right, to the really important stuff. What is going on with that mouth guard? It's one thing to chew it between play, but you do it during, which pretty much relegates this thing to a useless piece of equipment. I'm asking this question in large part on behalf of your parents, Keith and Chantel, who spent a fortune on braces for you as a kid.
Oh yeah, of course. But I think that I'm going to be getting a call from my mom tonight. Took a high stick and just got
We're going to see it here, actually.
a little lucky. Yeah, right there.
Right there, from
Yep.
Francois Beauchemin, and you had the mouth guard out of your mouth. Matthew.
Do you know what?
You might not have drawn the 4 minutes, though, if you would have had the mouth guard in.
See, Louis on my side.
All right, your style of play, Louis.
Yeah, you know what? I had a good conversation with your dad today, and I played with Keith in Arizona. And you know what? The one thing he always said to you was, listen, I want you to battle hard, play hard, and stick up for your teammates. There's no question that's how you play the game. You play with an edge, you play hard, and you're always there to stick up for your teammates. So is that something that's come naturally for you, or did you have to push yourself to do that?
No, I mean, I think I pride myself on being a good teammate. So if I see something I don't like, you know, I'm probably going to take exception to it, especially if it happens to a teammate. But like I said before, I mean, I don't want it to take away from the offense and trying to produce and trying to help the team, because if I'm in the box, it's not helping the team. So, but if there does come times where, you know, whether it's sticking up for your line mates, or you see something and try to get a little spark. I mean, you know, there's games when, you know, you don't feel as good as you normally should, and you have to do something to make an impact.
Here's a tweet from Robin Marie. You're known for being a pest and chirping on the ice, but what is the best chirp that you've been on the receiving end of?
Honestly, Scott, to be honest, I don't really chirp that much. I kind of just stare at people, and I don't really like that too much, to be honest.
Makes them more mad.
Yeah, and I don't really look away. So, to be completely honest, to what was
Robin Marie.
To Robin, yeah, Robin. I don't really say.
Okay,
too
but
much.
what's the best chirp that you've been the victim of?
Oh man, I mean, I would always get chirps when I was younger. You know, not so much really anymore. But I remember in youth hockey and all this stuff, it's. They threw me and my brother in one. My brother wasn't even on the ice with me. They're like, you and your brother have two disappointments. I thought that one was great.
Okay. You came into the league as an 18-year-old with a stunning amount of confidence, showing no deference whatsoever to veterans. So we'll use this exchange with Drew Doughty as a good example. These were 2 games 10 days apart in March of last season. So first, the unfortunate elbow that actually cost you 2 games. But the next game, as I say, 10 days later, you were ready from the start, and you went at Drew Doughty at every opportunity. Where does this brashness, this confidence come from?
Do you know what? I felt like probably that game, whether it was because of some comments made from both sides or the hit itself, but I knew there was going to be an intense game. I knew I had a target on my back, and instead of deciding to try to take the punishment, I was going to probably get every shift. I decided to take care of it myself and go after people before they came after me, to be honest.
Do you think having, the fact that you spent so much time in an arena in a National Hockey League setting with your dad being a player, that you picked up some of that along the way? Just those how to play the game hard, how to be in the right spot to score goals. Like, you just absorbed that stuff. Does that carry over into the ice for you?
Yeah, I think so. And I think the biggest thing is the off the ice stuff. I mean, I know coming in, I'm an 18-year-old kid and playing with guys like, you're on the same team as guys like Mark Giordano, Matt Sage, and Troy Brower, guys that are almost 15 years older than you, and the hardest thing, the thing I was worried about coming in is, how am I going to fit in with the team? How am I going to fit in with my teammates? And how am I going to be seen around the locker room? And, you don't say anything, you say something, whatever. That was the part I was worried about. And the guys were awesome. And I think that kind of stems from, I was pretty comfortable coming into a new locker room just from what I saw at a young age. And I saw the way my dad treated people, the trainers, his teammates when he played, and talking with him a lot, he really stressed that to me, that when I talk to him, it's the two things he always brings up. It's just compete and be a good teammate and treat everybody equal, whether it's
with
trainers, players, coaches, whatever. And that was one thing that I really tried to emphasize when I came in last year.
Clearly, Matthew, your talent is in your genes. Here's the farewell in St. Louis, April of 2010. Your father's last regular season game as a Blue. You and Brady and your sister Taryn came onto the ice to be part of the ceremony, and here you were at 12 years old speaking for the family.
My kids love it here. We're never going to leave, and hopefully some days these guys will be wearing the St. Louis Blues jersey.
Oh, no.
How about your dad?
He's huge and he likes to go in front of the net.
Oh, no. That is something I haven't seen in a while. Yeah. So.
Well, you spent, and Louis just referenced it, a lot of your childhood in the Blues room, and you've ended up with a collection of pictures with many of the NHL's greats. This is one of them, of course, your father. That's you and Brady with him. But I know that you have a lot with NHL stars. One of them, in fact, Jerome McGinley. So how many of these pictures do you have in your collection?
At my parents' old house, I had a full wall full of All-Star Game pictures with players. Going to Red Sox games, taking pictures of them, MLB All-Star games, see people out at dinner. It was really a full.
Which one do you treasure the most?
Do you know what? I always thought one of the coolest ones was with Gordie Howe, to be honest, at the 09 All-Star Game in Montreal. I thought that is, and looking back, that is something that is awesome. And whether it's, I have fun with Bobby Orr and Derek Sanderson as well, and those are just something that, I was fortunate enough to be in a position with interacting with people like that from a young age, and my mom, being the smart one in our family, decided to try to capture everything with a picture and then put them on the wall, and I definitely love seeing those pictures.
Okay, so you treasure pictures with NHL greats, but it's also clear you'd fight them if you felt you had to. I'm not sure if you have a picture of you and Ryan Kesler, but here you were going at it with him last week in Anaheim, and 11 years earlier, he and your father scrapped off the opening face-off in a game in Vancouver. Do you find that as odd as others do?
Yeah, actually, it is pretty weird thinking about it now. But it's funny, guys. Where see on Twitter, guys, some people are all over Kesler for going after me when I was young, but my dad did the same thing when he was young.
I think the age difference was exactly the same. He was a 14-year veteran. Kesler was into his second year of his career, and there were same circumstances. You were into the second year of your career this year, and he's a 14-year veteran. So.
Yeah, I'm going to have to ask my dad how that boiled over, because that was right off the draw, so maybe it was something that happened in the previous game. But I think that's funny, and I think we all know I got a brother coming up, so maybe we'll make it
3 for 3.
All right, speaking of which, Brady's 2 years younger. He just stepped out of your shadow at the World Junior Tournament, and he's going to be a high pick in the June draft. It was repeatedly said during USA games, if you think Matthew is hard to play against, wait till you see this guy in the NHL. Is that fair?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I've got a couple buddies here from St. Louis, and they've seen him they've known us since we've been young, and I guarantee they'll tell you he's way more of a hothead than I am. But you know, he had an awesome tournament, and the way he plays has made him really successful. With that U.S. team last year, he's had a good start at Boston University this year, and yeah, he better go high. Me and my dad are saying, Bray, you got to go high. We're not sitting in the stands for a while.
Louis took an interesting picture yesterday.
Yeah, I did. You know what? You lost that bet with Michael Backlund,
Backlund,
and
right?
you had to wear the colors of the Swedish national team. And you said you were happy you got the blue and not the yellow. But
yeah,
you were a
definitely.
great sport about it. I took a couple pictures of you there doing your press conference. All part of the good fun, though, right?
Oh yeah, I mean that was one of the tougher bets I had to agree to at the start. Just picturing myself in that position, it was either wear a jersey for practice or face the media with decked out from head to toe or whatever. But me and Bax have had a good relationship since I've come in. I've played with him basically from the start, and I'm happy. If there's one guy to beat me with that bet, I'm happy with him.
I couldn't help but think that if Michael Frolik would have still been in the locker room and playing, he's injured right now, he might have been wearing the U.S. colors after the bronze medal game when the U.S. beat the Czechs.
Yeah, I've talked to Ritter a little bit, but I don't know if they would have agreed to it.
We're running out of time here, and there's 2 more things we got to get in. Here's a piece of video we found from years back when you had size on Brady. What's going on here?
Oh, goodness. That is awesome.
Your dad did say you guys went at it a few times.
How does this even exist? This is awesome. Yeah.
We have a crack research staff, Matthew.
Do you know what's good about this is I'm guessing they're probably not going to show, but when I get pretty pissed off at them, I seem to not on purpose, but miss the blocker there and hit him right square in the face. So I doubt that's going to show
we're
up
racing
now.
here now.
Brady's going to be tough.
We got a picture of a good-looking family here, I think, from a few years back, and it is hard to overlook the athletic ability of your sister, Taryn, who's an outstanding field hockey player. Does she play that game like a Kachuk?
Yeah, but unlike the Kachuk, she led this. Oh wow, look at this. She led actually the state of Missouri in points or goals or whatever as a freshman and won Player of the Year. So
She's in line for an NCAA scholarship, right?
We'll hope, but if she keeps going the way she is, she's going to be the best Kachuk by far.
Okay, we got to go. Thanks for your time. Really appreciate you having on the show. Thanks a lot, Matthew. Matthew Tkachuk of the Calgary Flames, 115 games into a long NHL career, was our guest on After Hours. Back to conclude the proceedings at Scotiabank Saddledome in a moment.